What's going on, guys? It's Issa, and I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Now, today I want to talk about something that actually was brought up to me by a conversation that I was having with one of my aunts the other night. And, we were talking about talent and work ethic and, things of that nature. And today I want to talk about reshaping the way you look at obstacles or challenges. Now, what I mean by that is in life, we have a lot of things that kind of get in the way of when we set goals, when we set motivations, whatever we have, whatever we want to achieve, there's always going to be something in the way. Life is just going to throw stuff at us, right? And again, it goes back to my thing that I always say about perception. It's how you view those obstacles or challenges, right, that determine if you're going to succeed or not. Now, for me personally, I don't like to use the word challenges or obstacles, right? The word I like to use is opportunity. Now, I'll tell you why I shift kind of those words around. So, obviously, I'm clearly Gen Z, 21 years old. So, I grew up in the video game era, right? A lot of the games I grew up playing was characters where you customize your character, and then over time you level up. And every time there was kind of like a challenge or like a boss fight, right? The boss fight was always very, very hard. And typically in those games, you're kind of a lower level compared to the boss fight. But once you beat the boss, you get all this like XP, you get all this amazing benefits from it, right? And you increase your level. So I started to think, life is kind of like that, right? Where you're kind of going through the process, you're going through whatever, and then some point at some stages, could be multiple times throughout your life, you get thrown with these hard things in life. Life just gives you a lot of pressure. But it got me thinking, if I started viewing life kind of like a video game where these obstacles or challenges, which to me is kind of like a negative connotation, if I view them as an opportunity to level up and get better, I internally get better. I physically get better, right? So the mindset shift of viewing things from a opportunity standpoint makes you think, okay, well, this is a great opportunity. I should be excited for this, I don't have to. It takes away the stress from viewing something as an obstacle or challenge. Because when you view it as an obstacle or a challenge, you start to think, man, can I even live up to this? Can I even do it? You start to doubt yourself a little bit. But when you view stuff from a opportunity standpoint, you think, okay, well, this is great. I know I can do it. This is a perfect opportunity for me to get better, right? Because as soon as you start getting better, you develop a growth mindset, which I'm going to talk about in another video because a growth mindset is very important, but this has to do with similar to a growth mindset. You need to have this kind of repositioning of words, right? Because words are power. Whatever you put in your mind, it comes to fruition, right? So viewing stuff as opportunities rather than challenges. Now, I also think a lot of some of the greatest and most successful people in this world view stuff as opportunities. They don't view it as a challenge. Like, I know when we watch like The Last Dance, for example, Michael Jordan, I always use Michael Jordan because to me he's a great example of a lot of things, especially for mental strength. But for me, Michael Jordan always says, he's always trying to create something in his mind, some challenge as he calls it or whatever. But for me, when he speaks, to me he seems like he speaks from a perspective of opportunity. He views things as an opportunity to prove himself. He constantly says that. He's like, every day is a day to prove myself. And when you view stuff from that point of view, I want to prove myself, this is an opportunity to increase kind of to get better at my sport, to get better at my studies, to get better at what I want to do. I honestly think that accelerates our progress, and that is a better and more healthy way of thinking about the situation that you're in. I think also there is kind of this illusion of talent and hard work. And what I've noticed is a lot of the greatest athletes, or a lot of the people that have been very, very successful, they consistently have this not necessarily great physical talent. Yeah, they might have some physical talent, but for me, their talent lies more in the mental and their perception of things, and also their way of viewing competition. So, like for instance, we'll take Tom Brady, right? He didn't really play until his fourth, fifth year in the University of Michigan. He was like, what, the third string quarterback? And even on the Patriots, he was what, like the fourth string quarterback? But he viewed every day as an opportunity to get better. And there was actually a quote I remember him saying. I'm gonna paraphrase it here. No, I don't know the exact quote, but he said there came a point where he went to go see kind of the sports psychologist, and he was complaining. He was like, man, I want to play, I want to do this, I want to do that. I don't get the reps in training to get better. So the sports psychologist told him, the reps that you do get, treat it like it's a Super Bowl, treat it like it's a final, treat it like it's an opportunity to prove yourself. So he started to train, and he started to view those things as opportunities. And rep after rep, he started getting better and better. Then he moved from 2 reps to 3 to 5 to 10. Eventually, he was competing for a starting spot many years later. But because he had this opportunity mindset, it's the opportunity mindset to get better that leads you and pushes you to strive forward, right? Talent gets you through the door, but it doesn't keep you there. And I think those people that are not as talented have that mindset. So what I recommend you guys do, whatever situation you're in, and you guys know me, you can type it out, you can write it. For me, I personally like to write. I just feel like when you write things, it's there, you can feel the paper. I just feel more connected. I feel like when I write it down, it's done. It's there. It's in my mind, it's in the universe, it's in with God. Whatever you believe in spiritually, it's there, it's finished. But I feel like you need to write down, again, your situation. Reflect on where you're at. Once you reflect on where you're at, look at what you view as obstacles or challenges. And then when you write those things down, you can kind of put yourself in the third person. I like to take myself away from the third person and say, okay, well, if I view this from an opportunity standpoint, what are the benefits of me, getting past this hard time in my life? Right? It's like a video game. Again, guys, I always go back to video games because growing up I played video games. I don't play much anymore, but for me, I view myself as a gaming character. I want to level up as much as possible. And in order to level up, I have to look at my weaknesses and improve my weaknesses. But again, I view everything as an opportunity. In life, opportunities are everywhere. They're endless, right? So why are you going to view a situation where it's tough on you, could be mentally draining, could be physically draining? Why are we going to view it as a negative light? Let's view that as a positive light. Let's view it as something that will get you better, that will make you strive to be great, right? Because the moment you start thinking about the negative things happen. But the moment you start thinking about positives and you view things in a more positive light, and you view them as an opportunity rather than a challenge, rather than an obstacle, we're going to change the tone of words. Just simply changing the tone of the words changes your whole energy. You start to become excited. You start to want to take on that opportunity. You're like, I want this opportunity because I know it's going to make me better. So as a society, let's change that. Let's change the way we view stuff. People are like, oh, this is a challenge. This is that. I don't like that whole making things very rigid and stiff, As humans, we excel in freedom. We excel when things are effortless, when things are fun and light, right? Some people thrive when they're angry. Some people thrive when they're happy. Again, you got to know yourself, obviously. But personally, for me, what I've observed is when people view things as opportunities, great things just happen. Life just seems easier in a way. It creates the illusion that life is easier. And it could be easier. It's just a matter of perspective and how you view stuff. So again, guys, you need to view situations that you're in as opportunities to get better, opportunities to make money, opportunities to get healthier, opportunities to increase your salary, this and that, opportunities to get noticed. These are all great things, but we just need to change the way we view our situation completely. And I guarantee you, once you start viewing things from an opportunity standpoint or opportunity point of view, things just present themselves effortlessly. And as I'm speaking to you, the listener, as I always say, you have something special. You're great. I believe in you. But do you believe in yourself? Can you physically work on your mind and change what you want in your life? Are you willing to put in that work? Not going to the gym, lifting this. Fix this first. Because when you fix this, everything else works. You get more motivated. You feel great. So again, guys, view things as opportunities. Trust me. That simple mindset shift is all you need to be successful in this life. Anyway, guys, I hope you have an amazing day. Make sure you like and subscribe and share to somebody that needs to see this video. Anyway, guys, take care, stay headstrong, and I'll see you later. Peace.